know a company that measured employees by how many AI integration they shipped. They have objectives like have 3 AI features, publish 5 MCP integrations. Not the best objectives, I may say. Why? Because they forgot what problem they were actually solving. The company decides to go all in AI. They build an internal plan to ship as many AI functionalities as possible. Employees were measured by the number of integrations they delivered. Here's what happens now in this scenario. They kind of get delayed from the real problems. Quality drops, because when the metric is quantity, the actual business needs get forgotten. So how do you decide what actually belongs on an AI roadmap? Should you go for AI? You should definitely go for AI, because it's such a powerful technology. But what to put on the AI roadmap then? First, start with why. You know the book, Start with Why, very good book, highly recommend it. You start with the need, not with the technology. The actual problem, what's the business goal? Because sometimes the best solution is a simple form, sometimes it's a process change, and sometimes, yes, it's AI. But you only get there by asking the right question first. And when AI is the answer, think of it as an enabler, something that augments what people already do. Don't look at AI as something to replace people. When you look at AI as an enhancer, that boost factor, this is where things change and where you have the real potential and the real benefit. If AI can open new opportunities and have a real business impact, then it earns a spot on the roadmap. This is an exercise that is part of an AI Masterclass program that we offer at Airbus. The program has 2 parts: training to understand what's AI, and in part 2, we build the roadmap. The training gap. To make a good decision about what goes on the roadmap, you need to actually understand the technology. And I mean beyond using a chat or AI agent. For some, it's just a chat. And for some, it's something very complex. We are not going to use AI because it requires to be compliant. You know, you have the AI Act, you need to be compliant. And then there are others that are open to understanding the technology, discovering what it can do, and looking at risks with clear mitigation actions. Yes, you have risks, but you should also look at the steps that you need to do to overcome these risks. Sometimes it's about making a conscious decision early on to address compliance and responsible AI principles, like right from the start, not as an afterthought, because it's going to be more difficult to change after. And that understanding is the foundation. Without it, you're prioritizing blind. So step 1, understand the technology. Step 2, the roadmap. The roadmap framework. This is the part where you decide what you put on the road. The exercise is straightforward. First, you look at your current pain points and try to identify areas where AI can help. Build a list, not a prioritized one, not at this stage. Just a simple list of all the different ideas that you think that AI would help for the problems that you've identified. Second, look in the future. What are the macro trends? Where is the world heading, and how can we prepare for the future? Look at the company's vision and try to identify opportunities that align with the company values, the mission, the vision, and the position the company wants to take, preparing for what's coming. Now, you have 2 lists, one for today and one for tomorrow. We have a lot of ideas, and we need to prioritize them. But before the prioritization, just one more step. Do a reality check. Look at the data readiness and your internal capabilities. Do your teams have the right skill? Is your data in good shape? Because building an AI on the messy data, you know what I mean. Sometimes the answer, the honest answer, is we need better data management first, or we need more time to have a better grasp of the technology. And that is okay. That's not failure. It's an honest assessment. It's a smart investment in building capabilities. These capabilities are the actual enablers for the future. Once you've done that reality check, then you prioritize. And in this step, you have to look at several pillars. Impact. What's the business value? Will this save significant time, reduce error, open a new revenue stream? Remember, sometimes the impact isn't just financial. Cost. And I mean the total cost of ownership here. Think about the initial investment and ongoing costs. We have infrastructure, API costs, model updates, maintenance, logging, monitoring, and so on. An AI solution that's cheap to build but expensive to run is a trap. And I've seen many companies fall into that. Pay attention here. Then, very time. How fast can you get to a working version? Not a perfect version, a working version. And then, how long does it take to get to the final version? Both extremely important, because in AI, you learn the most from putting something real in front of user, for delivering the first version. And you always iterate in AI. We also have complexity. Same idea, but kind of different. How hard is it to build and maintain? How likely is that you are actually gonna do it? You will have a good result. Does it interact with critical systems? Does it need human oversight? The more complex the solution, the more things can go wrong. And the more important is that your team is ready for it, which brings us to the reality check. We have all these pillars. You don't optimize for just one of them. A high-impact project that's too complex for your current team isn't a good first pick. A quick win with low impact might not be worth the distraction. You're looking for the right balance, looking at the different factors. If you want to go through this exercise with your team, this is exactly what we do in the AI Masterclass. But even in your own, try this exercise with your team. Build the two lists, look at the prioritization factors that I've addressed. Remember, before you put anything on your AI roadmap, ask yourself, am I solving a real problem and am I ready to build this? If the answer is yes to both, you're on the right track. You should totally go all in with AI.